You have a thing where you love people, you love community, but you also need to respect your time. And a while ago, you said, you know what? Doing 2 social activities in a day is too much for me. And because of that, generally, when we go, if we go down to Oakland or San Francisco, we may go, but we will only see one person because it's kind of too much. Or we'll just try and limit what we do. And that's been the case for a while. And this time it was really important to me to double up. And I just said, that's really important to me. And you said, okay. And it wasn't an issue. And it was a pretty exhausting day, such that this morning we had a really hard time getting out of bed because it was all weekend. But yet you showed up with a real grace, and I didn't have to beg for it. And you didn't have this you owe me or whatever. It was just, you just showed up, And I should also say, I wanted to start the day a half an hour earlier than you did, and I was disappointed that you didn't want to.
Yeah.
And I stated my disappointment without fighting it. I just said, I'm disappointed, but I'm going to do, I understand. And at the end of the day, I was really glad that you fought for that little extra bit of time because it ended up being a long day. And so there was just this kind of ease of that I was really grateful for.
Aww.
Yeah, that was the second one, that you just really, that you kind of listened to my need on the second one of starting earlier in the day and said, that's not going to be good for me. And it probably allowed you to show up more because you knew that I also cared for your well-being as well.
Yeah.
Even if it wasn't my first choice, that I didn't sort of push for it or fight for it. So last week, and we might have spoken about this on the podcast, we had a little bit of difficulty around showing up on the podcast and some of the stress of kind of getting the day together and setting everything up to do it or whatever. And sort of shortly thereafter, you just were like, this is becoming, anytime it's difficult, I make it more difficult than it needs to be. And you basically just decided to have a new levity about it. And it's so neat because I feel like very often we actually can decide to take things more relaxedly than we do. And sometimes I've got to prepare in a big way or whatever those things are, right? This is a big deal, whether it's a job interview or we're going out on a date or we're doing something special. And, there's kind of extra weight, there can be different things. But one thing I was grateful for, since it was last week, you looked at that challenge that we had at the very beginning of the week around it and just said, I don't want to do that anymore. I want levity around it. And there was just an ease to that decision at that point. And it was just so nice to see you step into it. And I thought, oh God, my mood just relaxed when you were able just to step into levity. I was really grateful for that. We were house sitting last week and we spent each evening we were there, which I think was 3 nights, we spent time in the hot tub.
Oh my God, that was so amazing.
And I am grateful that you spent all that time in the hot tub with me. It was so wonderful. And on the first day, I was super talkative and you were not. And the next 2 days, I was almost zoning out a little bit and you were just sharing your thoughts with me. And you didn't have any expectation that I respond or anything. At one point you said, what's going on? I said, you know what? I'm just I don't know. It wasn't even tired. It was just, I'm in a transcendent state of being. Just let's keep going. This is fine. And it was really nice. I appreciated that. You made a delicious curry last week. I was really grateful for that. Yeah, you kind of gave me credit for it, but I didn't really do it.
I remember. It was the cauliflower curry with stuff from the garden.
Yeah, with chicken and greens from the garden and stuff. And that was really nice. So I appreciated that. And this one's a little bit NC-17. We had it's sort of a joke last week, was a quarantine awards with her host family in LA. And we were all on Zoom. And one of the award that she nominated me for was the the Best Cuddling and Lovemaking Award. So the thing I'm grateful for is living up to being a great partner to the Best Cuddling and Lovemaking Award winner.
I loved how you're not usually someone who gets embarrassed, but I like how you kind of were like a little red.
I definitely did. All of a sudden, I like broke out in a sweat. I was like, this is embarrassing, which is funny because if you know me, I'm pretty hard to embarrass.
There was 12,
but I got
15
flushed.
people on that call, so.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, thank you. It's good to be reminded about the little things that we do for our partners, or just the things that we do for people that we love, and just to hear it back.
Yeah,
I appreciate
and
that.
to know, yeah, exactly. It feels so nice, right? It feels so
Yeah.
good to kind of go back into the week and remember the things I'm grateful for. Not just in general, but like for you. And even when I got to some of them, I was like, I actually had to think. Not because it's hard to remember, but we just kind of like move along, and to
Yeah.
actually go back and be like, what am I actually grateful for? That was really, really special.
Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons I'm loving this journal so much, is that you go to write and you're like, wait, life just went by. Like sometimes I sit down, like today I sat down to write and I was like, I'm blank. Like I actually have to think about what happened in the week. And so you're kind of remembering all these amazing things that happened yesterday, that happened today, that we just, life keeps happening and you keep forgetting. And yeah, it's really amazing to just take the time and write it down.
Yeah, it was really nice.
So
I agree. I do want to just interrupt real quickly and say, for any of our listeners who really want to get their own lover's journal, Podcast 15 is a discount code. So if you go on to loversunlimited.co, or if that's too hard to remember, theloversjournal.com will take you there too. When you go to check out, put in Podcast 15 and you will get a 15% discount on everything you get on top of any other discounts that are already there. So with that, come up with one unexpected thing you can do to show your appreciation for your partner this week.
oh my God.
What do I get?
So I was like, last week I did something that I know that you like. I went out and bought you Cheetos, Barbara Cheetos, because I know how much you love them. And you really appreciated them. I know Barbara Cheetos are not Cheetos. They're Cheetos that your mom used to get for you.
And they're super healthy, by the way, for anyone who is not familiar with Barbara's. These are not Cheetos. These are Barbara's.
And so I love how much you love to eat chips. And it was like really great for me to just go to the store and get myself a few things and then be like, I'm going to buy Matthew some Cheetos.
Oh, and they were mine too. So your little sort of faux, I can't believe you finished that bag was all pretend.
It wasn't all pretend. It's just like you ate the whole box. You ate the whole thing.
I ate the rest.
No, you ate the whole. Anyway, what am I?
So what do I get this week that's unexpected? I mean, it's not going to be unexpected if you tell me, but I'm going to tell you.
Oh, no, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to tell you.
You're not going to tell me?
No, because
Okay.
I'm just going to do it.
You're just going to do it? Oh, well, you're looking at mine. Should I not tell you either?
Wait, come up with one unexpected. Okay.
You can do this week to show your appreciation. So you're going to go buy me some more Barbara's? Is that what you're going to do to show your appreciation?
I just told you what I did last week to show you appreciation, but I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to do this week.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, then, sorry, everybody. We'll have to tell you next week what all those exciting things were, because I also have some things I'm really kind of excited about.
Okay. What is the third prompt for this?
What is something you can do to bring more pizzazz or aliveness into your relationship this week?
Oh, I can share that.
Okay, go for it.
I have two in mind.
Okay.
But it's not going to be two. It's going to be one or the other.
Okay.
So one of them I wrote, was I'm going to take you on a coffee date.
Nice.
And the other thing, I hope no children are listening to this, but I was like, it would be nice to take you off work from your desk and have some sex during the day.
Ooh, that will definitely bring pizzazz into my day.
That is total aliveness.
Nice. Oh, that'll be fun. So
Yeah, middle of the day sex in the middle of the week.
Sounds good to me. This week or weekend is a perfect week for our home date night.
Ah.
So I think before we show up next time will be a home date night, which is part of our number 2 monthly challenge. which is super fun. We're going to get all dressed up, looking fantastic, have an amazing meal. Either we'll order in or we'll cook and we'll make the house really nice and light candles and open a bottle of wine. And we don't even have to limit our wine consumption because we don't have to drive anywhere afterwards. We're already home.
Oh my God, I am so excited. Today is Monday when we're recording this. Oh my God, this week's middle of the day sex, coffee date, dinner,
and the other secret thing that we're not telling you about, that's the unexpected things we're going to do for each other this week.
I'm really excited for this week.
Good. Well, is there anything in your final thoughts or realizations that you would like to share with our listeners before we call it a week?
Actually don't have it. After I finished writing on the journal, I was like, I just feel so much gratitude. I was in the place of like, I love my relationship with you. And I really love my life. Like, I'm really grateful for the little things in my life.
Yeah, I hear you. It also was really just how much I love this relationship. And I was like, sometimes I wonder, is it actually more difficult than I remember? Because we do come up on difficulties. And I was just kind of thinking, is it? And it's almost like, I don't even know if it really matters that much, kind of whether it is or not, because it's either that it's just wonderful and or we also can appreciate the challenges because we allow those to open us up into something new. And so just kind of to send us off into this week in gratitude, in shining like the sun and all the beauty that comes from that. And also a little reminder that the challenges can actually be those things that feed us into the next evolutionary stages of a growing and beautiful relationship.
All right. Thank you for tuning in this week, and we will see you guys next week.
All right. Bye-bye.